It is a year on of the supply of more than rather than 1,000 letters to Downing Road, lot of them of family, plea for accessing to a vesical fibrosis narcotic, named Orkambi. But down there is yet no judgment on if it will be done accessible on the NHS. At the period, in May 2018, Main Secretary Theresa May told Down there was an continuing dialogue in the narcotic business peak and she hoped for a fast solution to the talks. Still, in spite months of negotiations, no treaty has yet been achieved. More than rather than 10,000 human beings in the UK include the weakening gene lung state vesical fibrosis. For on part of them, a narcotic named Orkambi could do a big distinction, but the NHS says it is too costly to foundation. Sir Andrew Dillon is head execution of the Domestic Institution for Public Health and Thoroughness Superiority, Pleasant, that recent monthly famous its 20th anniversary date as the flesh accountable for decisive that drugs propose importance for cash for the NHS. Orkambi has been licensed for use in the UK with 2015, but is just accessible to a really little quantity of vesical fibrosis patients, on merciful perspectives, at the business's option. The Vesical Fibrosis Confidence says the narcotic has been shown to enhance lung public health by up to 42% and bring hospitalizations by 61%. The formal listing cost of the narcotic is about £105,000 per patient per year. Peake says how, in experience, the cost agreed in health system is ever reduced rather than how it is accessible to patients in 10 countries, but Pleasant says the cost cited by Peake is too top for the NHS in England. 4-year-old Annabelle has vesical fibrosis. Love some patients, slime can construct up in her lungs and she is sensitive to trunk infections. Her mom Liz Brennan has to organize a facility conjunction of treatments for Annabelle each date. She cannot know why her child is incapable to get Orkambi on the NHS. She told, "It's harrowing. It feels love a watch tick off, each prospect how she could include the medicine and halt the watch on her CF. It's terrible as a parental to believe which could occur." The question has now got to Westminster, in demonstrations by patients and the question grown at Main Secretary's questions. The Public Health Choose Board is studying. Down there include been top-level negotiations among the business, Pleasant and NHS England, in Public Health Secretariat Matt signature implicated as so. So far no finding has been achieved. Down there are individual talks in the Scotch by the government and its controller the Scotch Medication Syndicate. The administrations in Wales and Northern Ireland tend to pursue decisions done by Pleasant. Mike Boyle is one of the few vesical fibrosis patients who is taking into account Orkambi by the producer on merciful perspectives. How is since his state has got a lot worse. He yet has to use an air waistcoat to complementary up his lungs, but he says the narcotic has converted his lifetime. I can see how it's done a distinction to me. I was frantic to get it very. I'm ever a favorable man in vesical fibrosis. I ever try and struggle, my proverb is I don't let CF gain. I monitoring CF, not CF monitoring me, as top as I can, has been very difficult above the recent couple and a half year very. Yet now I sense how I've rotated the angle and the narcotic has let me include my lifetime behind once again.